Guys, have you had a tasty meal lately? This is a very simple okra soup, but the taste is out of this world. Walk with me as I take you through the different processes I used in making this delicious pot of yummy goodness. First of all, our onions and our crayfish is needed. Then our snails and oysters. Yes, very necessary. Then I use shelled periwinkle here because I love to suck up my periwinkle, and of course my pepper mix. Then I got my chopped okra and my chopped cow skin. Then I also got my grated okra for that extra drawness, yeah. So I have my hot leaves and my croaker fish, yay. And I also have my bouillon cubes and seasoning powder. Then I got my salt and my palm oil for that extra flavor and taste and color. Thank you. So let's go through the whole processes. First of all, you put your palm oil in your pot, let it simmer for a while, and then you pour in your onions. Yes, pour in your onions, give it a good stir, allow it to saute for a few minutes. Then you pour in your pepper mix. Very important. Add your pepper mix and then allow it to simmer for a few minutes. For me, I like to give it like 5 to 7 minutes to let it simmer and let that oil just get to the surface and look really fried. I don't like the slappy taste of tomatoes in my mouth, so I always like to allow it fry and dry up a little so it can give me that extra nice flavor. Next, you add your bouillon cubes, just a little, and then you go in with your croaker fish, well washed and clean. You put it in. Now fish doesn't cook for so long, so you have to time it very well. Give it a good mix when you are done, and also when you're stirring the fish, stir it with utmost care. You can see what I'm doing there. You stir with utmost care. The kind of spoon you use also matters, so it doesn't pieces your fish in the pot of soup. You know what I'm saying? So you go in again with some seasoning powder for that extra taste. Then stir it again, give it a good mix. Make sure everything is covered in the pepper sauce or in the pepper mix. Then cover your pot and let it cook for at least another 5 to 7 minutes. This is to ensure that the fish is properly cooked, because I didn't pre-cook it. I didn't boil it before putting it in because it doesn't take time to get ready. Now, I've just opened my pot again to check if the fish is okay. And again, I'm stirring it very carefully because I don't want to lose pieces of my fish in the pot. I want to have my fish whole when I'm eating it. That's the whole essence of stirring this fish very carefully, guys. So when you're done and you notice that the fish is 80% or 90% cooked, you take it out of the fire. Why? So you can have freedom to cook other ingredients and make sure they are properly stirred without any interruption. You get what I mean? So now I'm going to take off the fish one after the other. That's what I'm doing right now. I'll take off everything. I don't like using the head of the fish, but it's optional. You can choose to use the head. I don't use the head, so well, that one has gone. So next is you stir your pepper mix, give it a very good stir, and then add other ingredients. I go in first with the snails. There's a little beef in that snail, but it's not very pronounced because my whole aim was to make sure that there were lots of seafoods in the okra, but unfortunately I couldn't get all the complete ingredients, so I added a little beef to give it that extra flavor. I went in next with my oyster. Yes, I love oysters so much. They're so tasty, especially when you're using it in in okra or anything vegetable, anything leafy, or maybe vegetable sauce and all that. The oyster taste is just so flavorful. Now the next thing I go in with is my cow skin. I give it a good stir, add some seasoning powder. Yes, add some seasoning powder to give it that extra taste, and then I give it a very good stir again. So the next thing I'm going to go in with now is going to be my shelled periwinkle. Like I said, you can choose to use any other kind of prepared periwinkle. That's the one without the shell. This one is the one that has been prepared, really washed and made parboiled, then used for the soup, because it gives just like that taste that comes with it. So next thing, I go in with some water and a little salt to taste. I give it a very good stir, a very good mix. Yes, and then I cover my pot. Yeah, after some minutes I open it. You can see it's boiling really well. If you were in the kitchen at this point, the aroma is out of this world. So now I go in with my crayfish. Yes, That crayfish is there to give it that flavor. You know, I'm an Akwa Ibom woman. We don't play with crayfish. We don't play with periwinkle. You know, some people call it pium pium. If you go to places like River State, yes, that's what they do to give their food that extra stress. Yeah. So now I go in with my hot leaves. Yeah, the Igbos call it oziza. So the hot leaf gives it this special flavor. Now remember our fish that we took off the first time? Yay, it's back. Now I can't stir it the way I was stirring it before. I now stir it gently, you know. I don't want to lose my fish in my pot of soup. So the next thing, I cover it and then let it boil, bring it to a boil, and then when it's ready or when it's boiled, I pour in my grated okra. I usually put this one first because I want to have that extra drawness. I want to have that extra sliminess, you know. I love it. So it's optional. Some people just cut their okras in big chunks and just pour it in. However you want it, it's fine. This is just my own method and I love it so much. So now you leave the okra to boil a bit. Remember, we have the chopped okra there already. Now this one gives it that extra texture, you know, that extra texture, so you can pick out things when you're eating. I usually like to see my okra in my pot of soup. So I've added the chopped okra and I'm stirring it carefully, very, very carefully, because the aim is to make sure I do not lose my fish. You know, I want to be serving my food and I'm seeing chunks of fish in the plate. So that's the whole essence. So I cover my pot and I bring my soup to a boil. I give it some minutes. Like I said, I always give my food at least 5 to 7 minutes. This is to allow the whole ingredients to marry themselves, to love each other and make sure the taste is out of this world. By the time you enter the kitchen at this point, everywhere is just everywhere was soft, everywhere was sweet. Like the guys around were like, we are ready for this food, we are ready for this food, like it's about to go down. So anyway, I checked my food. I wanted to see if it's ready. I like it very thick. If you don't like the texture, you want some more, you can add some more water. And this is when it is ready for eating. This is actually mine. I ate so much. You won't believe I finished the whole mussel on that plate. So thank you so much guys for watching. Follow me for more of this kind of content. I'm sure you're going to enjoy it. Would you be trying this? Indicate in the comment section. Thank you so much. Bye.